Have you ever wondered what a man truly desires from a woman, beyond the obvious? It's something he may never say out loud, but deep down, it shapes the way he connects, trusts, and loves. Imagine for a moment that you could give him exactly what he secretly craves, without him ever asking for it. Intrigued? Let's dive into the one thing every man longs for, even though he'll never admit it. Ladies, we all know that relationships are about give and take, right? We put in our love, our care, our effort. But here's the thing. There's something that men, even though they might not admit it, secretly crave from us. And it's not always what we think. Let me ask you this. How often do we think about what he needs? We're so wrapped up in the idea of making the relationship work that we forget men just like us have unspoken desires and emotional needs. The first thing every man secretly craves is a deep emotional connection. They long to feel seen and understood, not just as the person they show the world, but at their core. They want someone who listens without judgment, who connects with them beyond surface level conversations. They won't say it, but that emotional bond is everything. Next, let's talk about respect. Now, I know we all value respect, but for men, it goes beyond just being polite or kind. They want us to value their opinions, trust their judgment, and honor their decisions. When they feel respected, they walk a little taller. They believe in themselves more. Respect is the silent foundation that strengthens the bond between you. Support is another thing that men secretly crave. But here's the kicker, they want support, not control. Men don't want to be micromanaged or told what to do. They want a partner who stands by them, believes in them, and allows them the space to be themselves. They crave someone who's there when needed, but trusts them to figure things out on their own when necessary. And here's something we might not always think about. Admiration. Men love being admired, but not just for their looks or charm. They crave recognition for their strength, intelligence, and ambition. They secretly want us to look at them and say, I admire what you've built, the way you think, the way you lead. That admiration fuels them in ways they can't always put into words. Another thing that goes a long way is appreciating the small things. You know, those little gestures that often go unnoticed when they help around the house, fix something, or simply show up when you need them. Men want their efforts acknowledged, not because they expect praise, but because it tells them that their actions, no matter how small, matter to you. It makes them feel valued. Lastly, men crave trust, a trust that gives them freedom. They want to be trusted without constant questioning or doubt. When you trust them, they feel free to be their authentic selves, without the pressure of constantly having to prove themselves. So ladies, the next time you're wondering how to make him feel loved, know that he secretly craves these things. He might not tell you outright, but every man wants an emotional connection, respect, support, admiration, appreciation, and trust. These are the things that truly touch his heart, even when he doesn't admit it. Men are often viewed as strong, independent figures who don't need much external validation. But beneath the surface, there's a deep and often overlooked craving for respect. It's not the kind of respect that comes from admiration or flattery. Men secretly long for respect that goes beyond superficial gestures. It's about valuing their opinions, their decisions, and their ability to lead. This desire is not driven by ego. Rather, it's rooted in a deep need to feel acknowledged and appreciated for their unique qualities and contributions. When a man feels respected, it unlocks something within him. It brings out his best qualities and enhances his confidence. He feels more secure in his role as a partner, a provider, and an individual. Respect gives him the strength to keep pushing forward, to continue building and striving, because he knows that his efforts aren't being taken for granted. When a woman respects him, it creates a safe space where he doesn't have to prove himself constantly. It's about feeling secure enough to make mistakes and learn from them without fearing judgment. One of the most powerful forms of respect is simply giving a man the space to make his own choices, even if they're not always what you would choose. Men want their ideas to be heard, their decisions to be respected, and their feelings to be taken seriously. When they feel that their voice matters, that their input is valued, it strengthens their sense of self-worth and deepens the connection in the relationship. It's easy to dismiss someone's thoughts or choices, especially in a world where opinions are often pushed onto others. But when a woman actively listens and values his perspective, it fosters a sense of equality and partnership. Respect doesn't always have to be loud or overt. It's found in the little things, the way you speak to him, the way you support his ideas, and the way you recognize his efforts, both big and small. It's also about how you treat him when he's at his most vulnerable. By showing respect in those moments, you reinforce the foundation of trust and admiration. Men may not always ask for respect directly, but they feel it in the way they are treated. And when that respect is there, everything else in the relationship falls into place. Men often crave support in their relationships, but not the kind of support that smothers or diminishes their independence. There's a subtle yet powerful difference between support that uplifts and support that weighs them down. What every man secretly longs for is a partner who stands by him when needed, yet gives him the freedom to thrive and grow on his own terms. He wants to feel supported in his dreams, ambitions, and challenges. But he also wants the space to navigate life and make decisions without feeling controlled or undermined. The ideal balance of support is one that encourages growth and confidence. Men often find themselves caught in the expectations of being strong and self-sufficient, which can sometimes make them feel isolated in their struggles. What they truly desire is someone who believes in them, even when they doubt themselves. It's the kind of support that's there during the moments of triumph, but also during the setbacks and challenges, offering a steady hand without trying to fix everything. They don't want to feel like they are being constantly guided or told what to do. Rather, they want a partner who trusts their ability to solve problems, but who is still there as a safety net when things get tough. This kind of support also involves respect for their space and independence. Men appreciate partners who understand that sometimes they need time to process their thoughts, work through problems alone, or pursue personal interests. When a woman shows respect for his need for space, it fosters a deeper connection based on trust and mutual understanding. It's not about abandoning him in tough times, but recognizing that a man also needs the freedom to make decisions without interference. When a man feels truly supported in this way, it enhances his sense of security in the relationship. He doesn't feel trapped or pressured to conform. Instead, he feels empowered to be his best self. This trust in his independence allows him to bring more to the table, whether it's emotionally, intellectually, or physically. By giving him the right kind of support, a woman creates a relationship where both partners thrive individually and together, enhancing the strength and depth of their connection. It's a delicate balance, but when achieved, it's one of the most powerful dynamics in a relationship. Surprisingly, men always crave admiration, though it may not always seem obvious. While society often expects them to be stoic and unaffected by compliments, the truth is they long to be noticed and appreciated, especially for the qualities that define their character and ambitions. It's not just about the surface level recognition like compliments on their appearance or charm. What truly fuels them is being admired for their intellect, their strength, their passion, and their ability to take charge in difficult situations. They want to feel valued for the person they are, beyond the roles they play or the expectations placed on them. When a woman admires a man, it's more than just acknowledging his looks or status. It's about recognizing the effort he puts into his life. Whether it's the hard work he invests in his career, the drive behind his personal projects, or the vulnerability he shows in a relationship. Men want to feel that their efforts matter, that their ambition isn't taken for granted, and that they're respected for their capabilities. The truth is, they secretly crave to hear that they're doing well, that they're making an impact, and that they're seen as strong and capable. Admiration from a woman isn't just about praising him in public or showering him with compliments. It's about the quiet moments, when she acknowledges the struggles he's faced, the long hours he's worked, or the personal sacrifices he's made to get where he is. When a woman truly admires him for these deeper qualities, it speaks volumes. It tells him that she sees more than just the surface, and that she understands the effort behind his action. This kind of admiration makes him feel validated and more confident in himself and his relationship. What's fascinating is that this admiration doesn't always have to be loud or extravagant. In fact, it's often the small, subtle moments where a man feels most valued. When she notices how hard he's worked, when she expresses gratitude for his dedication, or when she simply acknowledges the quiet strength he brings to the relationship. These acts of admiration not only fuel his self-esteem, but also deepen the connection between them. By genuinely recognizing his value, a woman can create a bond that's built on respect, admiration, and mutual appreciation, making the relationship all the more fulfilling for both. Men secretly crave appreciation for the little things they do, often more than we might realize. It's easy to overlook the small gestures, the quiet acts of service, or the little sacrifices they make every day. While they may not demand recognition or praise for these actions, deep down, they long for a partner who notices and acknowledges them. It's not about grand gestures or extravagant gifts. It's about the everyday moments that reveal their dedication, thoughtfulness, and care. When a man does something, whether it's fixing something around the house, offering a helping hand when needed, or simply being present in ways that matter, he secretly hopes it doesn't go unnoticed. He may not expect a grand thank you every time, but a simple acknowledgement, a kind word, or a genuine "I appreciate you" can make all the difference in how valued he feels. These small recognitions affirm that his efforts matter and that his contributions to the relationship aren't taken for granted. Appreciating the little things he does also strengthens the bond between partners. It shows that you're paying attention, that you're aware of the effort he puts into making the relationship work, even in ways that might not be immediately visible. For men, this appreciation reinforces the idea that their role in the relationship is significant, and that their value isn't just defined by big moments or dramatic gestures. It's the small, consistent efforts that create trust and intimacy, building a foundation where both partners feel seen and appreciated for who they are. The subtlety of this appreciation is key. Men don't always need a showy display of gratitude, but when they feel genuinely seen for their efforts, it boosts their confidence and strengthens their emotional connection. It reassures them that they're not just doing things out of obligation, but because their contributions are meaningful to the relationship. And this recognition, in turn, deepens their commitment and desire to continue putting in effort, knowing that it's valued and reciprocated. By appreciating the little things, a woman can create an atmosphere of mutual respect where both partners feel supported, cared for, and truly seen. Men often long for trust in their relationships, a deep, unshakable trust that creates a sense of freedom and security. This is not just about being faithful or honest, it goes much deeper. Trust for a man is about feeling that his partner believes in him and his decisions without constantly questioning or doubting his choices. Men secretly crave a woman who trusts them to make their own decisions, solve problems on their own, and navigate life without feeling over-scrutinized or doubted. This trust creates a dynamic where they can be their authentic selves, freely and openly, without the fear of being misunderstood or judged. The power of trust is immense because it provides the space for both individuals in a relationship to flourish. When a man feels trusted, it has an incredibly empowering effect on him. It allows him to act confidently, knowing that his partner has faith in his judgment and abilities. There is an inherent freedom in this kind of trust. It's not about being tied down or being controlled, but about being given the autonomy to grow, learn from mistakes, and take risks without the constant weight of doubt. It allows him to pursue his passions, ambitions, and desires without worrying that he will face criticism or skepticism from the one person he should feel the most secure with. This kind of trust also creates emotional intimacy. When a man knows he can be himself without having to put on a facade or second-guess his decisions, he opens up in ways that are often unseen. He feels safe to share his thoughts, his vulnerabilities, and his emotions because he knows they won't be dismissed or questioned. Trust fosters a sense of closeness where both partners can be open about their fears, desires, and dreams without judgment, creating a deeper emotional bond that strengthens the relationship. In contrast, when trust is lacking, it can create tension and insecurity. Constant questioning, doubting, or micromanaging can cause a man to pull away as he feels that his autonomy is being compromised. When trust is broken or absent, it's difficult to build that sense of safety and freedom, and the relationship can become one of control and uncertainty. For men, trust is not something they take lightly, but it is something they deeply value in a relationship. It is the foundation upon which the relationship can grow and thrive. Moreover, trust is not just about the big decisions or major life choices. It also extends to the day-to-day interactions. Men want to feel that their actions and words are taken at face value, without suspicion or doubt. This simple belief in them, in their integrity, and in their intentions helps build a relationship dynamic where both partners are confident in each other's loyalty and commitment. The freedom that comes with trust enables a relationship to flourish in a healthy and supportive environment. Men, like everyone, want to feel like they can share their dreams, take on challenges, and live their lives fully without fear of their choices being questioned. This trust isn't about being blind to potential mistakes, but about recognizing that their intentions are pure and their decisions, while not always perfect, come from a place of wanting to build a better future together. And when trust is present, it allows both partners to grow as individuals while remaining deeply connected, making the relationship stronger and more fulfilling. In the end, what every man secretly craves from a woman isn't found in grand gestures or over-the-top displays of affection. It's the quiet, meaningful things. The deep emotional connection, the respect, the unwavering support, the admiration, the appreciation for the little things, and the trust that empowers him to be his true self. These are the building blocks of a relationship that not only survives, but thrives. So next time you're with him, remember, it's not always the words you say or the things you do, it's the way you make him feel truly seen, valued, and trusted. That's what he'll cherish the most, even if he never says it out loud.